That's a bit of a wild ride, actually. Yeah. So what's happening is the country that's known for kind of their, how do I say, they're not tardy ever. They're known for being on time. They're known for being exact. They're known for sort of their really strict work culture. That might be just a facade, because now we're seeing that people in Germany, the country we're speaking of, are taking upwards of around 15 days of sick days from work off. Now that is an average. That's not like, oh, this one person took 15 days off. That's an average, which means there are people who are higher. Wow. And obviously companies are like, there's no way that everyone in Germany gets sick this much. Like something's going wrong. So they started to try to get their head around it, and they couldn't understand it. So they were like private detectives. And they started hiring, companies started hiring private detectives to go spy or check up on, spy, whatever, on their employees to see, are they really sick or are they faking? If anyone is a fan of The Office, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This happened there as well. The person in the office was faking, but they did a good job of it. But yeah, they're doing this because they're like, there's no way we need to be paying this much for sick days and losing this much work time. It's kind of an issue. They're assuming it's people calling in because they might have a hangover. They might not just want to go to work. It's the Monday blues, and they're like, I don't want to do this. Or maybe they're going in for sort of vacation. They're like, I want to take a vacation, maybe have a long weekend, so I'll be sick on a Friday. Little tangent, if any of us in my workplaces ever took a day off on a Friday or a Monday, we knew exactly why. It's for drinking. Yeah, always for drinking. And so we were like, oh, you're not coming in? Okay, yeah, drank too much. Okay, that's cool. But they also found out that some people were using this time off for doing side hustles, for doing some gig work to make extra money. Now, in the past, before Corona-19, you had to go directly to the doctor to get a note. But because of the whole situation that happened, they kind of got rid of that. So they're thinking maybe we have to do something like that again, start to get people to prove that they're sick from a doctor. These days you can also call into the doctor, and of course you can fake a call, but at least there's one more step to having to lie about your time off. But yeah, maybe if people start to get investigated and actually have litigation against them, like maybe getting fired or even being sued, maybe they'll think twice about lying about sick days. But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Private detective day. Gosh.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's kind of like acceptable for someone to use a sick day for, let's say, a hangover?
I think only if, let's say you live in a country where you get 5 sick days every year, and you haven't used them. It's nearly the end of the contract year, and you're going to take one for a hangover. That's perhaps the closest you're ever going to get to sick. Then I'd say that's okay. Yeah. But if you're sort of going over that sort of allotted annual average allowance just for a hangover, that does seem like a rather weak excuse. Just a hangover. It's not that bad. Especially the young ones, my goodness.
Yeah. And it was your choice in the end.
Yes, you did it to yourself. As my parents would say, when I woke up as a young person with a hangover, they'd be like, I have no sympathy. You did it to yourself.
Yeah. And you're like, I know, but also, please give me some medicine and hug me. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so do you know anyone that does actually work some side hustles in addition to their full-time work? Yeah,
I'd say most of my colleagues are either Korean, or they're on a certain visa type because they're married to a Korean, or they've got sort of long-term work visas that allow them to work multiple jobs. They'll do some hours at Pagoda, they'll do some hours even at other schools, or do some online teaching. I think in this industry, depending on your visa type, it's really common to have second jobs.
Even
And it's totally legal and normal.
yeah. There's definitely a lot of legal ones that are being done, and the others.
Oh, well, you never know.
You never know.
They keep those quiet. They don't tell me about them.
Yeah. I think it's common for most countries to have people working 2 or more jobs. I think that's just the norm for middle class and under to just get by.
Even for people in full-time work, but then they have a side hustle selling earrings that they make online or some kind of crafting side hobby / job.
Well, since we messed up a word, let's go ahead and look at the vocabulary down below, and then try to internalize it and then externalize it to someone during a conversation. And we'll see you guys next time.
Averse.
Averse.
In the interim.
In the interim.
Get one's head around something.
Get one's head around something.
Sheer.
Sheer.
Side hustle.
Side hustle.